Lesson number 4, why people say no and how to turn those that do into profit. If you've ever had someone say no to your consulting or professional service, this video will reveal why that happens and how to avoid it. The first thing I need to share with you is this. Every human action that takes place within the world we live in occurs for one of two reasons. The need to avoid pain or to gain pleasure. That's it. From the way you dress all the way through to subscribing to this series of emails, all the decisions you ever make are down to either avoiding pain or gaining pleasure. This is essential information to know and be conscious of if we are to be the very best in our field at promoting our high-priced services. Let me spell this out for you. When someone says no to you, it's because there is more pain than pleasure associated with becoming a client. It may be because the price of a service doesn't represent the right level of value in their head, but whatever it is, the bottom line will always be the same. No equals more pain than pleasure. You see, every single thing we spend money on has an emotional root. You bought the car you drive over another one because of the way it made you feel. You choose your business suppliers because they made you feel you could avoid the pain of not getting things delivered on time, and they could do it at a price and savings that made you feel great. You started your business because it gives you the feeling of being in control of your own destiny and the uplifting feeling that one day you'll be financially free. And all of that is set in the backdrop of wanting to avoid the pain of working for someone else. So, if you want to start getting more yeses and less nos, you need to understand that buying your service is based on emotion. In other words, to sell more of what you've got, you have to start inside your prospect's head. You have to know what their big problems are and what their perfect outcomes actually look like. And after you've reflected their own thoughts back to them and got them to the point where they want to take the next step, you need to help them justify their emotional decision with a trail of logic that allows them to say, yes, I was right. This is what we all do. Get emotional, make a decision, and justify our emotions with convenient logic. You really spent more money on buying that brand new model of car rather than the cheaper model because of how it made you feel. But you'll keep telling yourself and your friends legitimate reasons backed by logic why you bought it, whether that be because it's better fuel consumption or its latest airbag system. But here's the trick. The buying decision has to be your client's idea. So don't think getting someone emotional is going to get you all the way to the finishing line. You might be able to get someone excited at a meeting or on a conference call so they make a decision there and then, but it's almost probably going to go sideways once the emotional state you got them into leaves them. So when presenting your high-priced service, you must ensure you've created a logic trail that removes any chance of buyer's remorse and acts as a safe place for your client to return to when they've left you and calmed down. This is how you make your idea their idea. Again, if you want a prospect to become a client, make sure that it's their idea, because once someone has had the time to completely digest this decision and become committed, they're in it for the long haul. And the best way I know to make sure someone buys rather than is sold to is by not trying to sell too early. In other words, allow someone to sell themselves when the time is right for them rather than you. The way you do this is by putting your prospects into a sales funnel where you continually market to them over time. Not one of your clients will be the same as another when it comes to the way they think or buy. Some will buy after the first couple of contacts, and some will take 6 months to make a decision. Either way, you need to have a system in place that lets them buy when they're ready. So get rid of the buy now tactics and you'll get better clients coming through the door straight away. Now, this is the first of 9 psychological factors that you've got to know to get people to start responding to your marketing and promotional activities. Now, I'm going to share the second and third with you. The second is that most people want it better, faster and cheaper. In other words, they're naturally lazy and want things made easy. The more you can package up your service into something tangible and easy to buy, the more interest you'll generate and more clients you'll get. Look at the takeaway service industry. Most people don't want to go and pick up an Indian if they can get it delivered to their door, even if it costs a bit more. I'm sure you get the picture. Now, the third psychological point is that most people who buy professional services or consulting services like to buy into a strategy or a plan that results in their most wanted outcome or result. The reason they do this is they like to have something that is logical, and that explains what needs to be done to get what they want and why they need to do it. This does three things. Firstly, it gives them the comfort they are dealing with an expert leader, because experts are the type of people that come up with strategies and plans to solve our problems. The rest of us follow them. Secondly, it helps fulfill the need I discussed earlier, that all of us use logic to justify our buying decision. And a step-by-step strategy with logical reasons why each step is important is a perfect candidate for doing this. Thirdly, and very importantly, it gives huge peace of mind when someone can see you follow a clear plan of attack to achieving their ultimate goal, whether that be tax saving or getting more clients. Okay, so now that we understand a little bit more about what makes us tick, how we like to buy professional and consulting services, and what makes us yes to buying an expert service, let's talk about the biggest problem faced by those in our industry. And that is having a business model that makes prospecting profitable. In fact, I'd say 99% of consultants and professionals out there that ever try and generate leads don't make money from this activity. Never mind generate clients from it. And that means you may well be one of them. Well, join the club, because that was me not so many years ago. In my previous businesses, I would spend time and money generating leads, and it bled me dry. But here's the good news. I found a way not only to attract people to my business, but I did it in a way where they were happy to pay me to become a prospect for my high-priced services. And the revolutionary thing was that it gave me instant cash flow from my prospecting activities. And so here's how that was done. Well, let's look and discover these secrets tomorrow in lesson 5. And here's to your success.